when first love goes wrong.
Why are you even with her?
The thought of losing him was, quite frankly, unbearable.
I know you're there!
A person can be hurt, scarred,
Nothing was going to stand in her way.
sometimes even murdered.
She wasn't a friend, she wasn't an enemy, she was just a young woman who had something that she wanted.
It's the spring of 1998. In the seaside city of Perth, Western Australia, where young love is on the rocks.
Why won't you talk to me?
I'm done talking. All we do is talk.
The least you can do is give me an explanation.
You're too possessive. You go crazy over any girl I...
19-year-old Mike breaks up with his girlfriend,
Because I love you.
18-year-old Kelly Fuller.
No, Kelly. I can't do this.
He had left her because she was too possessive.
You go crazy over
She
any girl I
had trouble,
look
obviously, accepting that it was over.
at. It's over.
Don't say that, it's not over.
But Kelly has a weakness, a possessive nature.
It's not over.
She was always needing to be the centre of some big drama and attracting sympathy and those sorts of things.
I can't live without you.
Kelly is known for her demanding nature.
Crazy bitch.
When a rageful person destroys their lover's property, it's a sign that things could get worse. For me, I'd get out of town.
Wanting a quieter life, Mike Bloom moves on.
This is supposed to be the cutest snack dog baby I've ever seen.
To 15-year-old Jessica Lang, a carefree, down-to-earth girl.
I'll get you for that.
That's what I'm hoping.
The Snaps.
He was the DJ at the roller skating rink, and she had a job in the cafe there, so they got to know each other that way.
But Mike's flirting attracts unwanted scrutiny from his ex.
Mike.
Mike, answer the phone.
When she realised that he'd begun to see Jessica, that seemed to make her want him back more.
Mike, please answer the phone. Answer the phone.
Answer the phone!
She was enraged,
Just answer the phone!
and she was not willing to accept it.
I think Kelly had a neurotic need to be desired and loved by boys.
Answer the phone!
Reasoning and logic never entered into Kelly's thoughts.
I know you're there!
That maybe Mick might just be a blip on the radar screen of her life. For Kelly, it was all right now, all-consuming. There was no future without Mick.
What Kelly doesn't know is Jessica isn't actually a rival at all.
Hey, Dad.
Hey, honey, what are you up to?
Guess what?
What?
I got the hairdressing apprenticeship.
She is more interested in her new apprenticeship than any boyfriend.
So, does that mean I get free haircuts from now on?
We'll see.
She was thinking about hairdressing, partying, family, all those things that are important to a 15-year-old teenager, not the last girlfriend.
So they all went to the movies last night with my friends and no one even invited me. Did Janet go? Oh, yeah, Janet
But
went.
Kelly's only interested in Jessica,
It wasn't even enough for her to take my boyfriend.
the girl who stands in the way of her deepest desire, Mike.
Hey, there they are.
She was determined to get him back. And she got it fixed in her mind that if she got Jessica out of the picture, then he would be hers.
That stupid bitch. I'll kill her.
It's unfortunate that none of Kelly's friends took her seriously when she said she wanted to kill Jessica. Sadly, no one did anything about it.
She's a child. You're a child and you're a slut. Come here. Your shorts are a little bit short, sweetie. Slut.
Teenage breakups are painful and common.
You have slut written on your head. Don't ignore me.
Eventually, most people move on.
I came here to talk to you.
But in Perth, Western Australia, in September 1998, it won't end that way.
It's just a normal spring day in Perth. Nobody except whatever was going on in the mind of Kelly Fuller had any idea that it was going to be a different day to the day before.
Kelly Fuller has lost her boyfriend and blames 15-year-old Jessica Lang.
Hi. Do you have a minute? No, I don't have a minute for you. Oh, because I really just wanted to talk.
She wore white gloves. Now, this was a hot, steamy, stormy afternoon. You wouldn't wear a long-sleeve shirt, let alone a pair of gloves.
Jessica is home alone, but has no fear of Kelly until it is too late.
Is that a hickey? Yeah.
Kelly was in a great deal of pain, emotional and psychic pain.
That's disgusting. I would never let him do that to me. Yeah? Well, he never loved you anyway.
She was destroying the source of the pain. Or so she thought.
What are you doing? Oh my God! What are you doing? Don't!
She had been stabbed so many times that her jugular vein was shredded to ribbons. There was just blood everywhere.
This speaks to the rage and blind, out of control, anger, I will destroy you thoughts that were going on in Kelly's head.
Do you want to tell?
If you were to just stop for a moment and imagine what it would be like to physically stab someone 47 times. That is an extraordinary act. Jessica was 15. She was still a child.
Kelly goes home, cleans up, and returns to the scene.
She tried to cover her tracks. She broke a back window to make it look like a burglary gone wrong.
Next, she ditches the murder weapon, but makes the mistake of including a friend.
What are you doing with that?
Getting rid of it.
Getting rid of it?
Yeah. I'm gonna go and put it down the drain.
Why?
When teenagers commit murder, they usually get caught rather quickly.
Jess!
It's because they lack the sophistication and experience with life and knowledge to get away with as serious a crime as murder.
When Jessica's father discovers the bloody scene, it doesn't take long for Kelly's friend to put 2 and 2 together.
I know who killed Jessica Lang. It was Kelly Fuller.
One of Kelly's friends rang the police and said, "I know who's done this because I helped her dispose of the knife."
She rolled it up in a tea towel and threw it down the drain.
Do you know where this drain is?
Yes, I can show you.
It was pretty quickly after that that they took her into custody.
In February 2000, Kelly Fuller is convicted of murder and sentenced to life with a minimum of 11 years.
11 years is all Kelly Fuller has to pay for taking the life of a young 15-year-old with her whole life in front of her. She wasn't a friend, she wasn't an enemy, she was just a young woman who had something Kelly thought she wanted.
What Kelly did at a very, very early point in her life does not bode well for her future. Kelly's right where she needs to be. She needs to be in prison so that society can be safe from her. Sad, but true.
If we get gas, we won't have enough for food.
3 a.m., September 28, 2008. In Yankton, South Dakota, 3 teenagers, all under the legal age, are pulled over for a random police check.
I'll do the talking, just stay calm.
They're almost 800 miles from home and are acting strangely.
Is there a problem, officer?
What are you doing out here so late?
Just heading home.
Where's home?
Just up ahead.
How do you explain the Texas plates?
It was a suspicious time for them to be, and they're in Texas plates, etc.
You got an answer?
The kids were all acting nervous, and their stories weren't matching up.
The suspicious officer detains them on a minor violation,
Step out of the vehicle.
breaking curfew. But soon, 2 of them will be behind bars on the most serious offense of all, murder.
Jennifer and Paul did not think this crime out very well.
Early 2008, Roanoke, Texas. hard-working mom, Susan Bailey, juggles 2 jobs to give her children the best.
This was a working mother who had gone through a divorce but still had a home, raised her 2 kids the best she could. Made sure they got to school, made sure they had the things that they wanted and needed, and was, for all purposes, a very caring, loving mother.
Recently divorced, Susan relies on her 17-year-old daughter, Jennifer, to help look after her younger brother.
Kids were alone a lot, but Jennifer was old enough to watch after David, so they just hung out at the house by themselves a lot. She was, you know, for the better part, just a good kid. You know, she went to school and she did her chores and she went to work and she did what she was supposed to do. And her grades were always good.
Neighbor Michelle Davidson says Jennifer was well-behaved, but not a typical teen.
She didn't have a lot of friends. She just didn't fit in at school. Quiet, kept to herself. I'd watch her walk home from school, reading a book all by herself. Just a really quiet girl.
A chance encounter changes Jennifer's world forever. She's never met anyone like 16-year-old Paul Henson.
Paul was, I guess, what we refer to as goth.
When darkness falls and the moon reaches its apex, the channel will be complete.
He felt like he was a master manipulator. And he convinced all these people around him that he was some sort of warlock.
Be with us, Jennifer.
The modern-day pagan believes he has mystical powers.
Teenagers are sometimes drawn to counterculture things that they almost know will upset their parents.
Jennifer is smitten and believes every word Paul says.
Past life, I loved you. And in a future life, I will love you again.
Jennifer's mind was a fertile breeding ground to be influenced by someone like Paul.
They can tear us apart in this life, but they can't destroy our love.
Jennifer got into worshiping witches and warlocks and basically dabbling with the devil.
Paul believes in reincarnation and convinces Jennifer they have been lovers in a past life.
That's beautiful.
You think so? I wrote it for you.
And can be lovers for many lives to come.
In order for them to be together in a future life, which they expected to have, that they had to remain together.
But there is an obstacle in the way. Susan Bailey.
Mom, do you mind?
She tries to stop her daughter from seeing him.
Some kind of play. Come on, let's go.
Susan was trying to protect her daughter from someone that she saw as bad for her. Susan did not think Paul was right for her daughter. Susan was right about that.
But Susan has no power. Jennifer is already under Paul's spell.
If Jennifer had met the right guy, she would have been influenced possibly to go to college and be a doctor. She met the wrong guy.
A mom and daughter's close relationship is over. Jennifer now considers her an enemy.
Jennifer, I asked you to come and sit at the table.
No, get out.
From, you know, the start of dating him, she was defiant and really turned a complete 180 in her personality. She didn't get her way. She was yelling and screaming and completely opposite of what she used to be. Mousy, never said a word,
I know you're upset with me, but I want you to understand I'm not trying to hurt you.
No, you don't get it, Mom.
She was completely out of control.
Jennifer and Paul want to stay together without any interference. Susan Bailey will soon be a victim of lovers' revenge. Roanoke, Texas, 2008. 17-year-old Jennifer Bailey has fallen under the spell of her first love. 16-year-old Paul Henson, a 21st century wannabe warlock. Jennifer's mother, Susan, bans her daughter from seeing Paul.
Her mom had thought that they had broken up. She had forbid her from seeing him. And the police came to their house and were looking for Paul Henson. He was reported as a runaway. And her mom did not think he was there and was surprised to find his belongings at her house.
Where are you going?
With him.
No, you're not. No, you're not. You're staying here with me. You're not going.
Let go of me. Let go of me.
Get out of my house. Go.
What are you doing?
You come back again, I'm going to get the police on you. You're not to go anywhere with that boy.
I hate you.
She saw the red flags and thought that she had successfully broken them up and that she had kept Jennifer away from Paul.
We have to do this tonight.
Furious with her mother for trying to keep them apart, Jennifer plans to steal the family car and run away to Canada.
Those things I wrote, I wasn't making them up. Are you ready to meet your destiny?
Before their long trip, the teens plan a farewell, fueled by revenge.
She didn't like to live by her mother's rules and decided that the best way to have what she wanted would be to kill her mother and run off with Paul.
It was intentional, it was deliberate. That's the scariest part.
She was stabbed 27 times in the neck, almost decapitating her. This was a brutal, vicious attack that was intended to be violent, intended to shock.
Slit her throat.
Intended to vent rage.
"43-year-old Susan Bailey dies at the hands of her own daughter.
The cold-blooded killer of her mother. The one person who brought her into this world, who cared for her, and that, to me, is just horrific.
Let's get out of here.
There are words to describe what Jennifer did. Going to the dark side and brutally murdering her mother, and then showing no remorse whatsoever. And the words are natural-born killer.
Free of her mom, Jennifer and Paul set out for their new life, taking an innocent child with them.
Jennifer's little brother eventually got drawn into the plan. I'm guessing by Paul and Jennifer. He was, as I see it, nothing more than a tag-along.
That was the heart-wrencher. That was the bigger shocker, that he had possibly anything to do with it, which, you know, he followed Jennifer around, you know, whatever she did, he followed behind. And if she was going somewhere, he wanted to go too.
Janice, if we don't get food... It's okay, just... I'll do the talking, just stay calm.
There is no magical ending for Jennifer's dream of eternal love. It's over before it begins.
Is there a problem, officer?
What are you doing out here so late?
Just heading home.
Paul and Jennifer in Susan's vehicle.
So how do you explain the Texas plates?
They were in South Dakota.
You got an answer?
And they were pulled over. They were very young and suspicious.
When South Dakota police contact colleagues in Jennifer's hometown, the mindless plot unravels.
All of you, out.
This crime was solved very quickly because of good police work, and Jennifer and Paul thought they could literally kill her mother in a brutal way, take off in a car, and go to another country and live happily ever after. That doesn't happen, especially when there's murder in the mix.
In 2009, both teenagers stand trial.
I'd really thought about going, and then I thought, no, I really can't look at her in the eye. I read what went on. Every additional piece of information was just horrifying, just to find out more and more of, what happened and how premeditated it was.
The one-time lovers are now enemies. They blame each other for the brutal murder.
During the court proceedings, it's their opportunity to finger point at each other, and that's exactly what they did.
In the end, they accept plea bargains and admit killing Susan Bailey.
She never really took any kind of full responsibility or felt any kind of remorse.
Both escape the death penalty and are sentenced to 60 years behind bars. Jennifer Bailey will be eligible for parole in 2039.
It's hard to feel anything for her. She's just like a smudge on this city.
First loves are supposed to be exciting and fun and sweet and a normal part of growing up. But they can turn deadly if the wrong two kids fall in love. I'm guessing Jennifer will never forget her first.
Beauty may only be skin deep.
She was very attractive. She was tall and had red hair, and she's dressed well.
But when a man is fooled by a woman's looks,
Just show me experience. So they would use that to get money, and sometimes quite large sums of money from their victim.
he can lose everything, even his life.
It was just so senseless. It was so pointless.
Where's your money,
1938, Sydney, Australia. 18-year-old Jean Lee dreams of a perfect family.
There's 2 quid down the drain.
What? You're gambling and we've got a baby coming in less than a month?
Quit your gambling, woman.
But when she marries the wrong man, her life starts to take a tough path.
Get a job!
Shut up! You shut up!
She defied the family and married a 23-year-old wharf labourer. Family didn't approve, and he was pretty much a no-hoper.
I'll bash your head.
Out of all the boys in the world that Jean could have been involved with, she chose the baddest one.
Get out!
I'm coming back.
When Raymond walks out, he leaves Jean holding the baby.
Raymond!
She is bitter and destitute.
Being left as a single mother leaves her in financial stress. There's not, for example, welfare support in the way that we'd know it now. There's also social embarrassment. And she is probably feeling fairly alone.
After 3 years, Jean can't cope. She decides to leave daughter Jillian with Grandma.
Hi, Mum.
For good.
Mum, I need you to look after Jillian for me, okay?
You can't be serious.
Please do this for me. I can't cope.
You have to cope. You have to cope.
I
love.
can't, Mum, please. Just, she's better off with you, okay?
The mother brings up the grandchild really as her own daughter.
The Second World War begins. Jean decides to take advantage of the influx of troops.
You have the arrival of hundreds of thousands of American servicemen into Sydney, where she lived. There were different opportunities to make money.
Cashing in on her good looks, she turns to prostitution.
She was tall and had red hair, and she was very beautiful and used to wear lovely makeup and dressed well.
In just a few years, Jean Lee is a changed woman.
Her lifestyle shifts. She's drinking, she's associating with known criminals.
She takes a second job as a barmaid and meets another bad boy, 29-year-old Robert Clayton.
Robert Clayton is really the start of her association into more serious crime. And he's quite a skilled con man. He certainly has a bad temper and is fairly violent.
Would you like another one?
Tell you what, drinks are on me if you can choose which cup the coin is under.
Well, I'm gonna go to bed.
All right. Ready to do.
Like Jean, he is also a user of men, and they hit it off.
Jean was on a pattern of hooking up with guys who were not good for her.
I'm Jean.
Hey, Jean, I'm Robert.
Robert teaches her the tricks of his trade. They become partners in crime.
He could be described as her pimp. She works with him over the next few years in a series of scams or cons.
Haven't seen you before.
I'm a new boy in town.
They perfect a sex extortion scam known as the Badger Game. Jean puts her good looks to bad use.
Jean, looking very glamorous, would strike up a conversation with a man.
She'll entice him with a few more drinks, lure him back to her room, get him in a compromising position.
Do you have this much fun in Sydney?
Clayton would bust into the room and would demand money.
What the bloody hell's going on here? This is my bedroom. This is my wife.
Clayton often pretended he was the wronged husband.
I didn't know she was married to you.
Shut up.
So what they were doing was really a form, I suppose, of blackmail.
What do you want?
I've got a wife and kids to breed.
Take this.
What do you got?
Please don't tell my wife, please.
What else you got?
This is a scam.
Shut up.
Get him out of here.
Come on.
If Jean had any self-respect from her childhood, any traces of it were completely gone when she started playing the Badger Game.
So what's happening?
November 1949. Jean and Robert travel south to Melbourne and team up with fellow swindler Norman Andrews.
She goes up.
The trio plan to play the Badger Game on cashed-up gamblers in the city for the country's biggest horse race.
Spring Carnival is the big racing event held in Melbourne, and there's lots and lots of people with lots and lots of money, and very attractive for swindlers.
We've got to find the right bloke, you know? Not too small, not too big, pocket full of money. Yeah, once you get him in there, you go, exactly right, mate, exactly right.
73-year-old William Pop Kent seems like the perfect target.
Here he is.
Pop William Kent, he was an SP bookie, and he owned a boarding house, and he'd pull out a roll of notes and peel them off and buy everyone a drink. He was a pretty obvious mark for the Badger Game.
Good evening. I'm Jean. Interesting day.
Pop loves the women and falls for Jean's charms.
Have you had a good day, Pop?
She was very, very keen and interested. He wasn't married. He didn't have anyone to make any excuses to.
This man is a funny man.
It's the bomb.
Last drinks, everyone.
When the bar closes, Pop wants to carry on drinking with his new admirer.
Well, why don't you come back to my place and we'll finish up, okay?
Sounds good to me.
But Jean Lee has other plans.
To think that a woman would take part in something as evil and as violent and as awful as that was just unimaginable.
November 7th, 1949, Melbourne, Australia. Con artist Jean Lee has lured unsuspecting bookmaker William Pop Kent back to his home.
You all right, Pops? Yeah, good luck.
She plans to steal his cash in a sex scam called the Badger Game.
The intention is that she'll get him in a compromising position, get money from him.
All right, Pops, we gotta go.
Her fellow crooks, Robert Clayton and Norman Andrews, leave so Jean can get down to business.
Jean Lee was trying to get his money out of his trouser pocket.
Hey, get out!
When William Kent caught Jean picking his pocket, he called her a lying whore and told her to get out of his house.
After years of abuse at the hands of men, Pop Kent's words are the final straw.
Call me a whore.
Year upon year of demeaning and immoral behavior took its toll on Jean.
I couldn't get the money the sweet way, so what did you do? We're gonna have to do him over.
Her accomplices return to a Badger Game gone wrong.
I believe he's hidden some of his betting winnings somewhere in the room. They weren't going to give up until he handed over the money.
Jean instigated it. She took the laces out of his shoes and tied his thumbs together.
No money.
Hold still, Pop! Where's the rest of the money?
A very brutal scene follows where they are in the room for some hours, drinking, torturing Pop Kent to try and see where he's hidden money.
Pop, you're not making this easy for yourself.
Andrews produced a small penknife and slashed his face and his nose with it.
Pops! Come on, mate.
Clayton lit a cigarette and butted it out on the man's face.
Where's your money, Pop?
Jean Lee is thirsty for blood.
Last chance, Pop!
While he was on the ground, Jean was gloating over this and kicking him, and the poor old man had absolutely no chance.
Go on, stab him! 99 Pops.
Bye, Pops.
Thanks, man, Pops.
What begins as a sex scam for money ends hours later with the murder of 73-year-old William Pop Kent. The killers never find any hidden money.
99 Pops!
99 Pops!
9 Pops! 99 Pops!
They said, "See you, Pop. Lovely, thanks very much for having us. Good night, sleep tight." Off they went, as if to say, well, when we left, he was just fine.
Their arrogance will be their downfall.
Cheers, cheers.
They had acknowledged other people within the boarding house, so they were never going to get away with it. Within 24 hours, they were found in a room, still covered in Pop's blood.
3 face the death penalty. But in Australia at the time, it is rare to execute a woman.
No woman had been hanged in Victoria, in Melbourne, for almost 60 years. So the idea of a woman being sentenced to death is really almost outside living memory. And that also adds to the sensational nature of the crime.
Jean Lee thinks her sex will spare her from the hangman's noose, and she confesses.
Her confession, done to protect Robert Clayton, was on the grounds that she thought as a woman she would be treated more leniently.
But it is a brutal murder of a much-loved old man.
There's a long and very dramatic trial. This attracts huge amounts of media attention. Because having a woman involved, it is shocking.
Jean Lee's confession backfires. She is found guilty of murder and sentenced to death.
She moaned when the verdicts were handed down, and she believed that a woman wouldn't be sentenced to death.
February 19th, 1951. 31-year-old Jean Lee is hanged at Pentridge Prison, Melbourne, Australia.
She liked being a bad girl. The only person that put that hangman's noose around Jean's neck was Jean.
2 hours later, Robert Clayton and Norman Andrews suffer the same fate. In a twist, Jean's death helps keep future deadly Australian women alive.
Her execution ultimately serves to forward the cause against the death penalty.
There was a general consensus of opinion that hanging Jean Lee was extreme and that her sentence should have been reduced to life imprisonment.
Jean Lee goes down in history as the last woman to be hanged in Australia.
Jean was not a natural-born killer. She did not have an abusive upbringing. But she chose a path that led her to murder.
March 2003. In the historic hamlet of Lock Haven, Pennsylvania, a Pearl Harbor survivor is facing another deadly enemy.
And asked her why. Why are you doing this? And she said, because I can. Just die.
The small university town is a peaceful place to raise a family.
Everybody knows just about everybody around.
It's Shonda D. Walters' hometown.
Because he's alone. I think we need to find his mommy.
She's brought up in a white neighborhood, but Shonda is of mixed race.
She had a black father and a white mother, which was a little different, but it wasn't traumatic.
Shonda does well in school and dreams of life beyond Lock Haven.
She had a fantasy that one day she would be an illustrator for Walt Disney Animation. You can't get much more wholesome than that. And she really looked like she had a very bright future.
But then Shonda's life takes a U-turn. From Disney to drugs.
Shonda started getting into drugs after she got out of high school, and she partied a lot with serious drugs, LSD, cocaine.
Damn.
Instead of college, she has a baby with a boyfriend who leaves her, and her life spirals out of control.
It was after that initial use of drugs where she really started getting into trouble.
Hey, Shonda.
In front of everybody?
You want in?
I got all the money, man.
Shonda hooks up with the notorious street gang, the Bloods.
Yo, gang.
Pretty crazy, huh?
Shonda wants in. What y'all think?
Good idea.
People don't usually seek out memberships in gangs, especially young mothers. Shonda did. Something was missing in her life. And what was missing, according to some people that knew her, was being bad.
They gave her validation for who she was, whether she was black, white, green, or purple. They also would identify her at that point as just a member of the family.
You want in?
She wants to be part of the group.
It's all right. You're gonna have to prove yourself. Get it? Whatever it takes.
But first, to gain the acceptance she so desperately craves, Shonda must prove herself.
And that tends to mean some sort of crime. And with the Bloods, there has to be a drawing of blood. Shonda took it to the extreme.
Shonda, you go around carrying something like that, you are heading for trouble.
Her family are horrified at the new Shonda, but are powerless to do anything.
Shonda obviously had been thinking about what she was going to do because she spent a week wearing it in her waistband, going around trying to look tough.
Shonda is out to impress her new family of Bloods, but even they will be shocked. "83-year-old Pearl Harbor veteran James Cementelli is a familiar face on the streets of Lock Haven.
Easygoing, never offended anybody. And he worked at the post office. He liked to hunt and fish. And as I say, he was a very nice guy.
His brother, Bill, says James was a popular man.
I don't know of anybody that didn't like him. He also had dogs that they would take and walk him, and he was always available for anybody around. He'd talk to anybody, and everybody talked to him. Easy to get along with.
But the idyllic neighborhood is harboring a bad seed. Shonda Walters has joined the Bloods gang. To prove herself, she needs to kill.
She would be just like to cross the street right over to that house over there.
In the afternoon of March 25th, 2003, Shonda knocks at her neighbor's door.
Just a minute.
He would open the door to him. He was always welcome because people knew him and knew how good he was.
Give me your keys.
No, get out of my house.
She struck him again and again with that hatchet.
Attack with a hatchet is up close, it's personal. You get covered with blood, brain.
Despite her rage, it's not an easy way to kill someone.
Since this sort of an attack is so physical and requires a great deal of sustained energy and intent and focus, sometimes we find that the killer, the perpetrator, takes a break. In this case, Shonda Walters had a cigarette break.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
She stopped then to recite the Lord's Prayer.
Thy kingdom come.
Shonda's clumsy attempt leaves James battered, but still alive.
Why are you doing this to me?
And asked her why. Why are you doing this? And she said, because I can. Just die.
Because I can. Just die.
And then she returned to mutilating his body. He had 60 or 70 wounds over his body, 45 lacerations. He had broken bones. His left ear was nearly severed from his head. His arms and hands were just covered with defensive wounds.
But the Pearl Harbor veteran is still alive.
Her final act on the dying body of James Amatuzio was to cut an X in his stomach with a knife. What did she do then? She had a bowl of ice cream before leaving the house.
She knows what's right and wrong. She chooses to do wrong. I wouldn't be surprised if Shonda told me that when she was killing the man, it made her feel good.
In World War II, James Amatuzio fought to protect the way of life in small-town America. But his beloved neighborhood spawns a combatant more deadly for him than enemy soldiers. Shonda wants to show off. She rounds up fellow gang members and returns to the crime scene.
Hey, is Michelle here? She'll be back any minute. What happened? I'll tell you when Michelle gets back. No. I'll show you.
The gang motivates you. You know that after it's over, they're still going to pat you on the back and tell you you've done a great job.
It is too much for one girl.
Help me ship the body, guys.
Wait, I'm not touching you. I don't want no part of this.
But hard-hearted Shonda ransacks the house.
They rummaged through his house. They found a jar filled with $510.25 in quarters. She threw the hatchet out of the car window.
Took him a week to find my brother. During that time, we were looking all over for him. We had no idea that he was in his home, all beat up and butchered up by this lady.
But James has one companion.
And they wouldn't let anybody else in to see him. But his dog was still there, and she was sitting right with him, so she stayed with him. She never left him.
The horror is too much for one gang member. She gives up Shonda willingly.
It wasn't just that she murdered someone. It wasn't just that the crime was violent, but her willingness to stand there and watch him suffer.
In 2005, Shonda Walter is sentenced to death. For James' brother Bill, her execution is long overdue.
It's been almost 8 years, and all she's done is just sat on death rows, and nothing's been done about it.
The senseless killing of a beloved war veteran is a hard crime to forgive.
The gang didn't tell Shonda how to kill. They just told her that she had to kill to join the gang. It was her choice to choose a little old man. It was her choice to hack him to death with a hatchet. I think this says a lot about the black heart of Shonda. She knows what's right and wrong. She chooses to do wrong.
I don't think human beings come any more loathsome than Shonda Walter.
Lexington, Kentucky, the horse capital of the world. A long way from the $1 million studs. The city's back streets are the haunt of Tina Powell and LaFonda Faye Foster.
Need more money.
They both went hand in hand when it came to carousing, doing whatever they could to get money to either drink or do drugs or both. Tina did do some strip dancing, and both would attempt to turn prostitution deals.
No one can understand what comes over the pair of them on April 23rd, 1986, at the home of Carlos and Virginia Kearns, their regular drinking partners.
They were all alcoholics, all people who were sort of from the seamier side of life.
You got some money?
Their older friends are easy targets.
You got something. You gotta give me something.
What you gonna give me for it?
I know how much you like that bath, my baby. If you give me some money, though, you give me some money and I'll give you.
The women need cash for drugs,
Carlos, I need the money now.
but are not getting any.
You need to give me the money. I don't think we got no money, sweetheart. Carlos, I
They
need
take matters into their own hands.
You're lying to me!
No, I'm not.
Carlos, give me the money, all right? Finally!
All I got is a social security check. I'd have to go somewhere to cash it.
All right, let's go cash it then. You're all coming, we're all gonna go cash it, all right? Come on!
High on drugs and alcohol,
Drugs, hurry up!
the victims go along to save their skins.
The reputation of Faye Foster was rather formidable.
Tina, over there.
I expect that fear had a lot to play with not trying to resist.
We're gonna go in and cash this check, okay? Y'all stay in here, or else I'll kill you.
She was a very mean woman.
Can you cash that, please?
Carlos needs to sign the check personally.
I'm afraid I can't.
Why not? It's only $50.
But when they get to the store, for some reason, the women leave him in the car.
Whatever, if you give us 25.
I'm sorry, can't do it. I don't have the authorization.
Hey guys, how y'all doing?
Hey Roger, when did you get out?
Just this morning.
Got any money?
Frustrated, the women's crazy solution
Come on, you're coming with us.
is to take a fifth hostage. An old friend, Roger Keene.
Hey, Theo, how you doing? All right? Carlos.
All right.
It's too crowded. I can't get in there.
Get the car, Roger.
All right.
Sort of desperate to get money. And apparently as the day and the night wore on, they got more and more desperate.
They have 5 hostages with hardly $1 between them.
Roger, I thought you said you had some money.
I said it wasn't much.
We have to have money. Damn it, I don't believe none of you have any money.
The drug addict's frustration
All right, get out
turns to fury.
Now! Come on! Out of the car now! Come on!
These poor people were just sort of drunk out of their minds and being sort of led to slaughter.
Get down on the ground! Face first, down! Get down!
LaFonda Faye Foster and Tina Powell now do something totally senseless.
Tina Powell did all of the stabbing with this rather unique configured hunting knife.
The blows leave the hostages wounded, but not fatally. LaFonda Faye's gun also has little effect.
The .22 caliber revolver was what we would call a Saturday night special, probably obtainable for $5 to $10 on the street. The ammunition was a mishmash of ammunition.
She ain't moving.
Inept is the best word I can come up with.
It's Tina who finally takes the first life. 59-year-old Trudy Harrell's throat is cut.
It's unclear to me why LaFonda and Tina killed her. I think they only did it because they wanted to. It looked like fun, and it was something they had never done before.
With one woman dead, a night of horror on the streets of Lexington is only just beginning.
Once they killed their first victim, they had 4 living witnesses to deal with. There was no stopping.
April 23rd, 1986.
I need some 22s or 38s.
Drug addicts LaFonda Faye Foster
Sorry, there's no land.
and Tina Powell are desperate for more ammunition.
Well?
The women are on a murder spree. They've killed one person and have taken 4 other people hostage.
The drugs and alcohol probably made it easier for LaFonda and Tina to kill. But the foundation that led them to the desire to kill had been there for years.
In a back street of Lexington, Kentucky, Virginia Kearns becomes their second victim. Her husband, Carlos, powerless to save her. The city has never known a night like this.
It was kind of crazy that night. Bodies just kept showing up fairly close to each other. The police, for a while, couldn't figure out what was going on. It was kind of like, you're kidding, not another body.
2 women are dead, and the night will go from bad to worse.
We found the body of Roger Keene underneath the car. And we found the body of Ted Sweet leaned up to the back of the car. You could see the gunshot wounds. You could also tell that he had been run over by the car.
Their 5th and final victim, Carlos Kearns, is shot, stabbed, and left to die in a blazing inferno.
None of those people needed to die. Those people
You girls all right?
Yeah, we're fine. We were just fighting. Is there a bathroom? Somewhere we can
Lexington's worst mass murder in history doesn't remain a mystery for long. The two women choose a nearby public hospital to clean up.
I can't believe there's so much blood. No, it's right in my arms.
They were just saturated in blood. In fact, the blood had identifying factors from all the victims on it.
Whether it is the drugs or stupidity, LaFonda Faye Foster and Tina Powell make the prosecutor's job easy.
Gross.
The nursing staff there at the hospital knew something had to be wrong and notified the police.
Within minutes of arriving, the two women are arrested. In 1987, Tina Powell is found guilty of 5 counts of murder and sentenced to life in prison. She's eligible for parole in 2021. LaFonda Faye Foster is convicted of 5 counts of first-degree murder and receives the death penalty. Granted a retrial in 1991, she pleads guilty, avoids execution, and is now serving a life sentence.
Still the largest mass murder in Lexington history. It wasn't a crime of hatred, it wasn't a crime of anger or passion, it was just they were really drunk and they weren't getting what they wanted.
LaFonda and Tina were able to kill in a heartless manner and had no remorse for what they did because they were sociopaths. They had no empathy for any other human being. When they met and joined forces, they became deadly women.